Final Fantasy 15 has been one of the most anticipated games in recent gaming history. We've been waiting 10 years for it, and for a while we thought we'd finally get to play the game on September 30th. After that epic presentation showing off many of the game's features, revealing the anime, a feature-length movie, and of course the release date that was set for September 30th, many figured this was finally the time. There's no way the game would be delayed again. Alas, if you thought that, you were mistaken. After rumors flying around for the last few days, it was finally confirmed that Final Fantasy 15 has been officially delayed. It's not an egregious of a delay. The game is being slightly pushed back until November 29th. The reason given for the delay was that, quote, the new date will allow the development teams time to further polish and conduct quality testing so that the reality of the game can match the expectations of both the fans and the creative team. Director of Final Fantasy 15 Hajime Tabata spoke on the delay, saying that the master version of the game had been finished and they subsequently began working on the day one patch. Tabata felt the contents of the patch should come with the final game and not be a downloadable update, which led to the decision of delaying the game's release. So now that Final Fantasy 15 has been delayed, many are either spelling doom for the game, wondering how a game being in development for so long can be pushed back again, while it seems like the others are of the mindset, hey, we already waited 10 years, what's another 2 months? The reality of this situation lies somewhere in between. On one hand, yes, Final Fantasy 15 was revealed 10 years ago as Final Fantasy Versus 13, but you'd be foolish to think that the game had been consistently progressing for that time frame. This was very much a start-stop kind of game where the general elements were retained throughout, but it saw many reshapings not only in story but in complete gameplay design as well. The real point that you can harken back to and say this is where Square Enix went full-on with development of Final Fantasy 15 was after it was re-revealed at E3 of 2013. Still, it is worrying that a game that has been in production for so long had to be delayed again. The real issue lies in how the delay was handled. The game was supposed to release in just 6 weeks. Why couldn't they announce the delay earlier? Make decisions on whether or not the patch should be included in the final product earlier? It's more of a slap in the face to gamers that Square Enix would hold a conference building up everyone's anticipation, hyping it up as the release date of Final Fantasy 15 finally being revealed, and then just delay the game again. I'm not a game developer, so I don't exactly know how the nuances of development works, but 6 months out for the release of a big blockbuster like Final Fantasy 15, shouldn't there be better planning and clear deadlines on when the product should be finished? And even if they were gonna delay the game, couldn't you have announced the delay a bit earlier? Like I said, we were only 6 weeks out from the release of the game, so it seems oddly late to announce a delay, even if it's a very minor one. Delaying games has become very common this generation. I love PlayStation games, but it seems like every big PlayStation exclusive this generation was delayed, from Ratchet & Clank to Uncharted 4 to Horizon Zero Dawn. You can go on and on and on. Now, Final Fantasy 15 obviously isn't an exclusive, but you get my point. Games have been being delayed a lot this generation, and I can empathize with developers. With social media being as big as it is now, and fans having the ability to communicate with developers with the press of a button through Twitter, forums, etc., many were hounding at Square Enix to announce a release date for Final Fantasy 15, so they may have jumped the gun a little bit to please fans. And with games this generation being massive undertakings from production values to polishing the game, you can easily understand why developers need as much time possible. At the end of the day, you wish that every game could see a smooth reveal like Fallout 4 did. Fallout 4 was revealed 5 months before it was actually released. Everybody assumed it was already in development, but there was no confirmation. And that 5 months was the perfect window of time to promote the game without overexposing it and burning the gamer out. I know that isn't realistic in all scenarios, but the Fallout 4 reveal blueprint was very successful. And from here on out, it would be nice to see games follow a similar pattern instead of keeping us in limbo for 10 years. Only reveal the game when it's at a near finished state with a release window in mind, so the gamer won't always be wondering when the game is coming. But I digress. Yes, Final Fantasy 15 has been delayed, but this is a title that gamers are still gonna be stoked for. And a delay won't affect it all too much. If you're a JRPG fan, this is probably your most anticipated game of the year. And even if you're not a fan of JRPGs, it seems as nearly every gamer has at least some interest in Final Fantasy 15. So what do you think? Are you bummed out about FF15 being delayed once again, or are you on the boat of I already waited 10 years, what's another 2 months? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Wanna take him out? Oh yeah. Scrap heaps down with them. Protect them. It's not gonna stop us. Where do they keep coming from? Can't imagine what it's like inside. New Let's go.
Indeed.